Now I'm sure most of you know what MiSide is or what type of game it is, because it's definitely just your ordinary anime type sim game that you would always see around the corner, and definitely doesn't contain any scary stuff that would make you question why you would play this game in the first place.
Oh shit.
And considering how popular the game got, of course, a lot of people would be playing this and would definitely go for 100% completion just like me. And so for this video, I'm gonna help you achieve that, as well as give you tips on how to get every achievement, clothes, cartridges, and every mitas in the game. This is a massive spoiler for the whole game of MiSide, so if you haven't played it or watched it, you can go find a video on my YouTube channel. And without further ado, let's get into it. And now we'll start it off with the achievements, starting with Clabber. Now, Clabber is an achievement you can gain in the chapter called Things Get Weird. To get this achievement, you need to play a console game called Dairy Scandal with Mita and win against her 4 times, to which then you will be awarded the achievement Clabber. Now for the achievement called Penguin Conundrum, while still playing console games with Mita, you need to score more points than Mita. No, tie does not count, so you need to gain more score than her in both rounds of Penguin Piles. To which then, after you beat her 2 times, you will gain the achievement called Penguin Conundrum. For the achievement called Fly's Victory, this will require you to stand still for quite a while till your character pulls out a game console. In this game, you will need to accumulate a total score of 25 to get the achievement. The higher the amount of score you get, the harder the game console gets, so good luck getting this one. And after gaining 25 points, you will be rewarded the achievement called The Fly's Victory. And for the next achievement called Accelerate, this will require you to be in the chapter called Beyond the World and interact with this arcade machine before meeting up with Great Mita. And you'll need to finish this minigame in first place to get the achievement called Accelerate. This mission will take quite a while, since after you do the race, there will be a boss invasion that you will need to finish, so then you could get the achievement that is Accelerate. Now for this next achievement, it will still be on the race car minigame, but this time you will need to collect all the coins during the race to get this achievement. And after finishing the race, you will be given the achievement going at maximum speed. And for the next achievement, we will still be at Beyond the World, but this involves playing with Cappie using the button, and you'll just need to win against her to gain the achievement that is Pat on the Head. And now for the achievement called the Great Dance, you'll need to play with Cappie on the dance minigame and win just one song without misses to gain the achievement called the Great Dance. And for the achievement called Dead Juice, we gotta go back to the chapter called Together at Last, and we need to interact with the TV, which will show an ad that will prompt us to drink a juice that Mita gives us, and we need to accept it for the achievement called Dead Juice. Now for this next achievement that is called Delicious Love, it will be on the same chapter called Together at Last, and you must take the prompt called Take Sauce to get this achievement. Now in the chapter called Things Get Weird, you must pick the refuse option in the wardrobe encounter with Mita to get this achievement called Creak in the Dark. In the chapter Dummies and Forgotten Puzzles, in the section with the block bridges, you'll need to find a hidden shrine just past the second computer and interact with it and click any button to start typing, and after that you will get the achievement called Oh Great Mita. Still in the same chapter, Dummies and Forgotten Puzzles, once you get to the funicular railway, don't get in the train. Instead, you need to follow this Chibi Mita until the end of the gateway, to which then you will trigger her and then getting the You Shall Not Pass achievement. After getting off the train in chapter Dummies and Forgotten Puzzles, you can interact with this arcade machine to play the head-to-war game, and you need to finish it to gain the achievement called Helluvah Wins. In the same minigame, if you finish the game without getting hit once, you can gain the achievement that is called Without Dealing Damage. In the chapter Reading Books, Destroying Glitches, the carrot achievement can be gotten by finding all 7 glitch carrots throughout the whole house. The first place being in the fruit bowl, the second place being in the bedroom next to this plant, the third one is in the front door by this vase. The fourth one can be found in the bathroom by looking up on the top shelf. The fifth one is right on this couch as you exit the bedroom door. The sixth one can be found in the kitchen. I hope you don't miss that one though. And the final one being in the bedroom right on the bed. And that gives you the carrot achievement. For the next achievement, we need to fix 3 glitches and go back to the bedroom to look on this Chibi Mita figure and stare at it until it turns back into a normal creepy figurine, which gives us the Found You achievement. And for the achievement called Some Achievement, we need to go back to the chapter called Old Versions and wait for this initial cutscene to stop or to finish. After that, you only need to go to the front door and interact with it to get the achievement called Some Achievement. For the next achievement, it's called Phase 1 Logs, and you need to reach the core room in the old version chapter and go to advanced function and find the option called Quadrangle. You only need to finish this minigame to get the achievement. For the achievement called A Long Long Tail, you must be in the chapter called The Real World. After Mita jump scares you, you can go back to the computer and click on the snake game, and you just need to score 25 points to gain the achievement called A Long Long Tail. In the chapter called Reboot, after you go back to the core, you can go back to the advanced function to play and beat Quadrangle again to get the Phase 2 Logs achievement. In the chapter Reboot, you can open the safe if you've acquired the code for it after finishing the game to get the code Safe of Life. For this achievement, you only really need to finish the Woo storyline for MiSide to get the achievement called Is This the End? To unlock the achievement called Conditions Met, first, you must play through the Woo storyline of MiSide, as it is the first requirement to unlock the Stay option. Now, as you start a new game, you must refrain from clicking on the oven as it is another requirement. The next requirement will be after you open this fridge and take the battery, the text magnets will fall out and you must pick them up. The next one is, after you go to the bathroom, do not check on the vent. Just grab the scissors and go back to the kitchen. After then, you must take the sauce as another requirement. After that, you only need to play console games with Mita before she prompts you to play cards with her. After playing cards with her, you are now free to press E to stay with her, which then unlocks you Conditions Met. Unfortunately, the next 2 achievements will require us to get all player cartridges and all infos on the Mitas. So we'll be first starting with the Mitas. This is the first Mita. On the start of the game, you will already have her info unlocked. Chibi Mita's cartridge can be found in the chapter called Mini Mita on the left cactus plant near the small house. On the same chapter, Mini Mita, after getting bitten by the aggressive Mita dummy, you can find short-haired Mita's cartridge on the table next to it. On the chapter Reboot, you can find Kind Mita's cartridge right next to her on her desk. For Cappie's cartridge, you can find it on the kitchen in Beyond the World on top of this old television. In the chapter Loop, after your first encounter with Tiny Mita, you'll need to walk to the next room once again to find her cartridge next to her in the table. In the chapter Dummies and Forgotten Puzzles, you need to reach the area with the golden shroud of light, and you can find the cartridge of the dummy Mita on one of the hands of the dummies. On the same chapter, on Ghostly Mita's bedroom, you can find her cartridge right next to the bedroom door on the cupboard. In the chapter She Just Wants to Sleep, go to Sleepy Mita's bathroom to find her cartridge on the shelf. In the 2D world of the chapter novels, after your interaction with the 2D Mita, go to the kitchen. Don't chase after her. Go to the kitchen and look for her cartridge in the table under the window. In the chapter Reading Books, Destroying Glitches, find Mila's cartridge on the table in front of the TV. After reaching the core room in chapter Reboot, you can go to Advanced Function and click on Get Flash Drive to get Core Mita's cartridge. In the chapter Old Versions, you can go to the kitchen after the initial cutscene and you can find Creepy Mita's cartridge under the fruit bowl. Upon getting all Mita cartridges, you should be awarded the achievement called High Mita. And now we will be going towards the all 9 player cartridges throughout the game. For player 1 cartridge, you must get the bad ending, which unlocks the first player cartridge. In Beyond the World, in the Infinite Hallway, look for a white box on your left after you go down the drop to find the player 2 cartridge. In the chapter The Basement, just go straight into the green screen room, and on the shelf on the right you can find player 3 cartridge just behind this jar. In chapter The Loop, you only need to get to door 14, and once you look on the left you can find the player 4 cartridge on the table next to this flower vase. In the chapter Mini Mita, after you unlock the door, you need to go to the bookshelf on the far end of the living room and you can find the player 5 cartridge on top of it. In chapter Reboot, you can find the player 6 cartridge when you look on top of the item scanner on the basement. In chapter Reading Books, Destroying Glitches, you can find the player 7 cartridges on the shelf above the washing machine. In chapter Old Versions, you can find the player 8 cartridge on the left of the entrance on top of whatever this thing is. In the same chapter Old Version, you can find the player 9 cartridge on top of this floating untextured box above the desktop. In the beginning of the chapter The Real World, go to the bedroom and you can find it on the nightstand just beside the tall mirror. And upon gaining all player cartridges, you will gain the achievement called Caught Them All. Upon gaining the 25th achievement, you should also gain the achievement called Pro Gamer for completing all the achievements. And now to unlock every Mita clothes, we'll be starting with the first unlockable, that being the school uniform. In the chapter Together at Last, you can find a school uniform in which you only need to interact with it to unlock it. In the chapter Things Get Weird, play the console game Penguin Tiles and beat Mita in both rounds to unlock the Christmas outfits. In the chapter She Just Wants to Sleep, go to the kitchen and you can find 5 pumpkins on the table and you must knock on them on this correct order to gain the clothes, that is, the vampire outfit. And with that last clothes done, you should practically have 100% on MiSide now. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope I could help to you. And now just enjoy this adorable video of Cappie.